All right, right now we're going to talk about functions versus non-functions. So, to be able to talk about them and identify them, we need to know what they are. So, a function is a relation where every input has exactly one output. So, what that looks like in more math terms is each x value only has one y value. In a set of data, this looks like no repeating x values. If any x values repeat, it is not a function. So there's four different representations of a relation that we're going to look at and be able to identify if they're a function or not a function. All right, so our first representation we're going to look at is a table. So let's look at the blue table. We are looking for any repeating x values to see if it's a function or not. So am I focusing on the y values? No, I really don't care about the y values. I see some repeating y values, but it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm only focused on the x values. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the x values. I don't see any repeats. So this is a function. Let's look at our orange table. Again, I'm looking at the x values. Do I see any that repeat? What I like to do, just to kind of go through and check my work, I'm going to circle any ones that I see repeated or do something to make them stand out to me. So I see, I'm starting at the top 4. Are there any other 4s? Yes. There are repeating 4s, 2s, no other repeating ones, but it doesn't even matter. Once there's one repeating x value, it's already not a function. So we have x repeats, which makes it not a function. That's how we can recognize that from a table. All right, next we're going to look at ordered pairs. Again, we're only focusing on the x values. So I'm going to go through and just underline all the x values. Maybe if you're doing this on paper, you could highlight them, circle them, whatever works for you. So I'm going to write them out. I've got 2, 4, 9, 3, 8, and 23. I don't see any repeats. So what that tells me is that this is a function. Oops. Function does not start with an N. This is a function. All right, let's look at our right side. Again, I'm going to underline those x values just so I keep it clear what I'm looking at. Remember, in an ordered pair, it's x comma y, so we're only looking at those first values. So I see I've got 4, 6, 10, 3. Oh, I've got another 4. There's a repeat. And 0. So I had one x value repeat, which immediately tells me that this is not a function. All right, so next, this is called a mapping diagram, and what this is just an interesting way to write ordered pairs. So I'm going to write out these ordered pairs just so we can see what we're working with. And for me, it helps me keep it clear in my brain because in a mapping diagram, if something repeats, it's not going to be written twice, but there may be two arrows coming out of it. So in mapping diagrams, the left side is always x and the right side is always y. So I'm going to write these as ordered pairs. We've got 1, and because the arrow goes to 10, that tells me that the x value is 1 and our y value is 10. That's our ordered pair. So for x is 2, there's one arrow coming out of it, and that means it's going right here. The y value is 9. For 3, the y value that goes with it is also 9. And 4 goes with 2. All right, so in these ordered pairs, I've got 4 lines, 4 ordered pairs. I'm only focusing on my x values. I don't see any repeating x values. So that tells me that this is going to be a function. So function. All right, let's move to the right side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to write out these ordered pairs, then we can talk about the arrows. So my first x value that I see is 1. There's one line coming out of it. That's going to the y value of 2 because x is always on the left, y is always on the right. All right, 2. 2 has 2 lines coming out of it, 2 arrows coming from it, so that means it's going to be used in 2 different points. So x value of 2 first goes to 13. X value of 2 also goes to 2. 3 goes to 5. And 4 also goes to 5. All right, so I see repeating x values right here. Remember, I don't care about my y values. I only care about my x values. And a way that I can recognize that without having to write out the ordered pairs, even though that makes it super clear, is that I see 2 arrows coming out of my 2 right here. That means that this one x value is being shared between 2 different y values or 2 different outputs, which we can't have. One input, one output. So just seeing that there's 2 different arrows coming out of 2 can tell us this isn't a function, but you can also write out the ordered pairs to see it too. So I'm going to write not a function. All right, and the last way we're going to see if this is a function or not is on graphs. And to do that, we're going to use something called the vertical line test. What the vertical line test is we want to be able to draw a vertical line, vertical meaning going up and down, anywhere on our graph, and only touch the graph once. So let's start on the right side. Sorry, I mean the left side. I'm going to draw a couple different vertical lines. Let's see, I'm going to draw one right there. It only goes through once. One right there only goes through once. One right here only goes through once. So this looks like it passes vertical line test. I'm going to write passes vertical line test. And if it passes, that means it is a function. All right, let's move to the right side and do the vertical line test there. So I always just go for the middle. I see that my vertical line touches it twice. I can draw a couple other lines. It does it in multiple areas. We could draw a line right here and it only touches once, but it has to be able to only touch once anywhere on the graph. So just that one spot's not good enough. That's why it's good to try multiple. And so this fails the vertical line test. So this means it is not a function. This vertical line test tells me that I have a point. I have an x value for the same x value for 2 different points, right? So right here, at my x value, I could do another line right here. At the x value of 2, I have a y value of -2. I also have a y value of +2. That's the same x value happening for different y values, and we can't have that in a function. So that's how we see if it's a function in a graph, and all the other ways. I hope this is really helpful, and good luck on determining functions.